Are you looking to buy a second home, retire, live, or work in Vietnam? Now's a great opportunity because Vietnam is growing very, very fast. The real estate market is open. And today we want to share with you 8 tips on how to buy real estate in Vietnam. So let's get started. Hello, my name is Ken Yeung. If you're new to this channel, I'm an international and business immigration attorney. For over 12 years, we have helped over 300 families buy real estate in the United States, around the world. And now we also have our service of helping foreigners buy real estate in Vietnam. Since 2015, Vietnam opened up their law to allow foreigners to hold shares or buy properties in Vietnam. Thus, that has created an influx of foreigners buying in Vietnam. Today, we want to share with you an easy step-by-step guide on the 8 steps in order to buy real estate in Vietnam. The first item is regarding your visa. What kind of visa is needed? The second item is regarding where you might want to consider buying real estate. Then, the types of properties you can invest in as a foreign citizen. The fourth item is how to find your investment and how it will be financed. Number 5, what rules apply to foreign investors? Number 6, taxes. What kind of taxes will you need to pay? Number 7, how you can complete the real estate transaction. And finally, how do you register your property? Before we get into this video, we've made many other videos related to the topic, such as why should you invest into Vietnam, why you should buy real estate in Vietnam, and how to get a second citizenship. All those videos provide very useful information for you regarding this real estate video. And also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel in order to get the most updated information. So now, let's get started on this video. As an introductory note, you will find a wide range of real estate prices in Vietnam, just like in any other country in the world, starting from a few $100,000 to several $1,000,000 real estate properties, as prices may depend on location, transportation networks, neighborhood, and other factors. The most important is choosing a real estate investment that matches your goals. So let's get back to our video, how to buy real estate in Vietnam. The first advantage is you don't need any special visa, such as investor, employment, or even a tourist visa to buy real estate in Vietnam. Even if you can't make it here, you can still buy real estate. So we're going to get started on the step-by-step process on how to buy real estate in Vietnam. Before we get into the step-by-step guide on how to buy real estate in Vietnam, we want to make sure that all our foreign clients know that you cannot purchase land in Vietnam, such as the land out here. That being said, thanks to Vietnam's land use rights, foreign investors can lease and use land for a period of 50 years, and the lease time can be renewable. Though freehold property is not available, but leasehold property is. Foreign citizens are allowed to lease, mortgage, contribute as capital contribution, gift, exchange, and other legal rights. If you own a company in Vietnam and want to use that company to purchase real estate, we will have an upcoming video to tell you the main interesting differences between personal ownership and company ownership. But there's very exciting news on the personal ownership side, is if you get Vietnamese citizenship, then you can actually own the property just like a Vietnamese person. So make sure you click our pop-up banner to watch the video on how to get Vietnamese citizenship. Now is the perfect time to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all our videos, because we always try to produce useful and productive content for you to get the most updated information and the correct information to make your best business and personal decisions. Step 1, locate your real estate property in Vietnam. The first step is understanding your specific needs, such as geographical area, infrastructure available, public works, and other specific details about the square meters and understanding the difference between square meter and square feet. as depending on which country you're coming from, such as the United States. If you are looking to open up a business as well and also look at real estate properties in the main metropolitan areas, such as Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi, Da Nang, then you also got to understand that the prices are much higher in these bigger cities because they are densely populated. There's a lot of economic activities, such as Ho Chi Minh City is the economic financial hub of Vietnam. But in Hanoi, it's the governmental hub of Vietnam, which also drives up the prices. So there's one thing that really happens in Vietnam you need to know, which is called land fever. No, that's not the flu, that's not the virus. It is specifically the prices will go up dramatically based on information, based on a certain trend, or based on information that is not available to the public. But you got to be very careful when there's land fever, and we will help you along with our experts on how to identify whether there's a bubble or land fever in that particular area. If you want to retire, maybe choosing a beachside, mountain, or rural area can be a better choice, such as Da Nang, Nha Trang, or Đà Lạt are some of the places that you should look into. Different needs will suit with different places. That's why understanding your needs is crucial. Step 2, types of properties you can own and your investment options. There are 5 types of real properties you can own in Vietnam. There's the land, which is foundation and soil. There are apartments or condominiums, which are within buildings. There are townhouses, which are multi-level houses that are attached to the land. There are also service apartments, and then there are houses within gated communities, and each one have different specific legal requirements. When you're investing, you are going to look at appreciation value. For land, there is a dramatic range of increases from 10% per month all the way up to 100% in 6 months. But you have to make sure that the investment is well calculated and you understand all the factors when you invest into land. Apartments are a little bit easier to identify what the appreciation value is. At the beginning of the purchase, when there's only dirt and before there's foundation, and you buy it at that early initial stage, you can look at 10 to 20% of appreciation within the construction period, which is typically 24 months. But if you go into developing areas where there's a lot of surrounding infrastructure being built, there's maybe a train station or a river or an airport, you can even look at 100% to 200% appreciation within 2 to 3 years. Those are a little bit more speculative and risky, but if you're a speculative investor and you're looking for big returns, look at the developing areas. Step 3, searching for real estate properties as foreign investors and financing options. Typically, you will find real estate properties walking around, as there are numerous project developments being built or advertised. Real estate developers often have their own sales area in or around the project where you can talk to a project sales rep and visit a model home or a sample unit that often comes fully furnished, as developers also sell decorations and furniture in Vietnam. There are also numerous real estate agencies that you will find around and on the internet listing real estate properties. They will often get around 2% commission. But be careful when choosing a real estate agency or agent. Know your rights and do not sign anything before reading and understanding the agreement, just like in any other country in the world. We have had many clients come to us after they've already consummated the sale by bringing us a purchase and sale agreement. However, that may be a little bit too late because you've already signed and you're legally bound to the contract. So therefore, we recommend that you consult with a lawyer, real estate lawyers, and professionals who understand real property laws in Vietnam in order to fully understand what your rights and obligations in the purchase and sale agreement. As a foreigner, you may find that Vietnam real estate property laws are extremely complicated and also may not be very certain. Thus, it is very advisable that you get legal consultation and some tax consultation before you purchase property in Vietnam. This will save you time, money, and a lot of effort so that you can effortlessly buy your real estate property without too much hassle. It is usual that foreign buyers purchase off-plan properties in Vietnam. Off-plan properties are real estate projects often promoted by large developers that are not built yet or are being built. One of the reasons why foreign investors buy off-plan properties is because it is much easier and less cumbersome in terms of requirements and paperwork. When buying off-plan properties, you have to consider a typical 2-year payment period. And the first step before you buy is making a deposit in order to reserve the space. It's usually between 100 million to 200 million, depending on the hotness or the demand for that particular property. That's roughly about $5,000 to $10,000. After that, you will make your first deposit, which is between 20 to 30% of the purchase price. And then you will go into a roughly 2-year payment plan, with some developers allowing for 3 to 5 years as well. And the typical payments are 1% to 2% of the purchase price per month until the end of that period, either 2 years or 3, 4, or 5 years. Thus, you need to understand the payment structure in detail to determine your investment strategy. By doing so, it helps developers to have enough capital and financing options for their real estate projects, while giving foreign investors time to complete the purchase. One investment strategy for purchasing off-plan properties is, at the moment that you have the purchase and sale agreement, you can actually sell that purchase and sale agreement and have an appreciation on that property. So the main strategy is, the longer you hold after you sell the purchase and sale agreement, prior to the completion, or what we call the handover of the property, there is going to be appreciation value. So the longer you hold, the closer the handover, the higher the appreciation value in the property. Thus, that is one way that you can purchase and get appreciation and capital gains before even paying the full purchase price. The sales purchase agreement is generally signed 6 to 12 months prior to the completion of the purchase. In other words, you can make profit right off the bat, as the real estate market is dynamic and booming in Vietnam. Step 4, understanding foreign quotas. Although since 2015 foreigners can buy real estate in Vietnam, there are some restrictions as well on foreign ownership. So for example, there will be a city restriction quota, then there will be a district restriction quota, and then of course within the project itself. So typical percentage is foreigners cannot buy more than 30% of any particular project, and then within the district it's roughly no more than 10% of that district or province. So make sure that you consult and understand where the quota is for that project that you really want to purchase before you even start purchasing or looking into purchasing. And that's why a real estate agent or professional can really help you. Usually, foreign investors will purchase properties from former foreign owners on the primary market, as there are still a lot of limitations on the secondary market. Unless the foreign quota is less than 30%, you will not be able to buy property from local citizens. Step 5, taxes. The great thing is, for foreigners and locals in Vietnam, the tax system on real property is exactly the same. In Vietnam, upon the purchase and sale of a real property, there will be 2 options in order to pay your taxes. One is you pay an exact percentage of the purchase price, which ranges between 1 to 2.5%. Or you pay the capital gains tax, which is the profit made upon the sale, as opposed to when you purchase the property. Also, upon buying newly built real estate, there are 3 fees associated. 1, sinking fund fee, which is 2% of the property price, excluding VAT. 2, the VAT or value added tax included in the price, which is 10% of the property price. And 3, registration tax, which is 0.5% of the transaction amount upon the registration of ownership. Also, upon buying existing real estate, there are 2 main fees involved. 1 is the notary fee, which ranges between 1 million to 10 million VND. And 2, the registration tax, which is 0.5% of the transaction amount upon registration of ownership. It is important to know that right now, US dollar transactions are not allowed and transactions need to be made in Vietnamese đồng. For example, if you buy a 77 square meter 2-bedroom apartment in District 2, Ho Chi Minh City for 5.6 billion VND, which is about US $243,000. But you have to pay the taxes I just mentioned, VAT included, meaning that the total payment amount will be around US $265,000. If there's any maintenance fee, which is normally 2% of the unit price, the additional fee to pay is around USD $5,300. Step 6, the financial methods in order to purchase your real estate. There are 3 main financial options for when you purchase real estate and how to get the money from the buyer to the seller. Option number 1, you can open a local Vietnamese bank account such as Vietcombank, Techcombank, BIDV, or one of the other local banks in Vietnam. Then you would transfer your foreign currency into Vietnamese đồng, leave it in the local bank account, and when the time is right, you would transfer that money to the seller. Option number 2 is if you're much more comfortable working with international banks in your home country, then you would look at banks such as HSBC, Shinhan Bank, Standard Chartered, or Citibank. You would transfer money in your home country to those accounts. It would connect to your local account here. You would transfer the money into your local account. You would use that account and then transfer it to the seller. The third option, if you are much more comfortable transferring directly to the seller in Vietnam, you can transfer from your local foreign bank account, convert it into Vietnamese đồng, and transfer it directly to the seller's account in Vietnam. That's a direct transfer. So remember, there are 3 main methods in order to get your money from the foreign account into the seller's local bank account in Vietnam. Step 7, applying for the pink book. Finally, once you have signed the sales and purchase agreement and consummated the transaction, it is time for you to submit your application to get your title deeds, also known in Vietnam as the pink book. In Vietnam, there are 2 types of titles or grant deeds. The first one is if ownership of land is called a red book or sổ đỏ, and all other properties such as apartments, condominiums will be held as a pink book or sổ hồng. In this video, as we talk mostly about the ownership for foreigners that can't own land, we will only discuss about the pink book. This pink book is your right to ownership, similar to your grant deed or your title deed in your country. And this pink book is issued by the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, which gives you full rights and ownership to a particular piece of property. It also represents your full proprietorship in that apartment, condominium, or in certain cases, your townhouse. If you are looking to invest in real estate in Vietnam, now is the perfect time. Due to Vietnam's economic rebound after COVID, its GDP growth, and the land prices in Vietnam are dramatically increasing, Thus, if you're looking to invest into real estate in Vietnam, let our team of legal, real estate, and tax experts help you understand, identify, purchase, and maintain the real estate property for you. Please contact us. We'll be happy to help you get the real estate investment of your dreams, or to just increase your global real estate portfolio. Thank you very much for watching this video. As always, we try to give you informative videos related to real estate and other topics, but make sure to get the most updated information by liking our Facebook page, subscribing to our YouTube channel, commenting below of how we can help you, and we look forward to continue to give you the best videos about Vietnam.